Hi, boys and girls. We're going to be working today on lesson 2 in Eureka Math. So we're going to be working with shapes. And let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see my ladybug. Okay. So for my students, we're on page 5 in our math books. So the directions up top say, count the number of sides and angles for each shape to identify each polygon. The polygon names in the word bank may be used more than once. So a polygon is a plane shape, so a flat shape that has at least 3 sides and angles. So these are the 4 different types of polygons we're going to be identifying. A hexagon, a quadrilateral, a triangle, and a pentagon. So probably all of you right away were like, oh, a triangle. That has 3 sides and 3 angles. So I'm going to write that here. Okay, then we have a hexagon, quadrilateral, and pentagon. Quad means 4. Okay, so I'm going to put a 4 under quadrilateral. Pentagon is a 5-sided shape. Okay, and a hexagon has 6 sides. So now that I've labeled all 4 of those, all I need to do now is go through here, count the number of sides for each polygon, and then write the correct polygon name. And remember in lesson 1, we figured out that the number of sides corresponded or equal to the number of angles. So when I look at my first shape here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So I know that's a quadrilateral. I'm just going to actually write quad just to save us some time. Okay, looking at letter B, I see 1, 2, 3 sides. And if I wanted to, I could circle my angles just to make sure I have 1, 2, 3 of those as well. So I know that is a triangle. So I'm going to write that on the line below. And I'm just going to go through all of my shapes and do that. When it's not as obvious as to how many sides it has, I'm going to go ahead and label the sides so I don't accidentally skip one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, I know, is a pentagon. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides gives me a hexagon. Okay, letter E, I see has 3 sides, so I'm going to label that a triangle. Okay, and I'm just going to continue through the page. Here's another 4-sided shape, which is a quadrilateral. I'm just going to write quad to save us some time. Okay, coming down to my next row, I see letter G is another 4-sided shape. So another quadrilateral. H, let me count and actually label those sides so I don't skip any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know is a hexagon. Okay, letter I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a pentagon. And what you're probably noticing is that these different shapes can look completely different. So like this is a pentagon up here, but this is also a pentagon. They don't look at all alike, but what makes them both pentagons is that they both have 5 sides and angles. Okay, this is a hexagon, and so is this. They look completely different, but they both have 6 sides and angles, and that's what makes them a hexagon. All right, so we have one more row to go. So letter J, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, which is a quadrilateral. K is also a 4-sided polygon, so another quadrilateral. And I finish up with a 3-sided polygon, which is a triangle. So I've gone ahead and identified all of my polygons. So now I'm ready to turn over to the other side. All right, number 2 says draw more sides to complete 2 examples of each polygon. So it identifies the name of the polygon, and in the examples, I have to draw more lines to figure them. So my first polygon is a triangle, which I remember has 3 sides. So I see 1, 2 sides. So I need to draw the 3rd side for each of these examples to create triangles. So it says for each example, blank line was added. Well, I added 1 line to each of my examples. A triangle has blank total sides. We already said a triangle has 3 total sides, which is what both of my examples have now. Okay, letter B is a hexagon. We refer back to our first page. We said a hexagon has 6 sides and angles. So when I look at my 2 examples, they right now only have 2 sides. And if I need a total of 6, which I'm going to go ahead and fill that in right here, a hexagon has 6 total sides. Excuse me. So if I have 2 sides, I'm going to need to add 4 straight sides to finish the hexagon. So let's see. There's no right or wrong way to do it as long as you're adding 4 straight sides. So I might come out and do 1 side, 2, 3, 4. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides here. So I can go ahead and say for each example, 4 lines were added, but I still need to come over to this one and add 4 lines. So let's see, I'm going to come straight over and make 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides here. So I added 4 lines to each example to get a total of 6 sides. Okay, letter C, quadrilateral. So remember, we said a quadrilateral has 4 sides. So I can actually already fill that in my second question here. A quadrilateral has 4 total sides. But each of my examples only has 2 sides. So I'm going to have to add 2 more to get a total of 4. So 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. All right. Letter D is a pentagon, which remember, a pentagon has 5 total sides. Let me just take a drink. I have quite a little tickle in my throat today. Okay, So a pentagon, oops, did not mean to circle that. A pentagon has 5 total sides. And right now, each of my examples has 2. So I'm going to need to add 3, 4, 5. I'm going to need to add 3 lines to complete each of my pentagons. So let's see, I'm going to maybe come down and say, here's one side I'm adding. 2, oops, I hit a little bump in my table, and 3. Okay, and here I need to add 3 more sides as well. 1, 2, 3. So each one of these should now have 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're at number 3. A says, explain why both polygons A and B are hexagons. So even though A and B looks very different, if you remember, a hexagon has 6 sides and 6 angles. So let's just check that that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So both shapes have 6 sides. And let's see, just to make sure, I'm going to count the angles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to add that as well. So both shapes have 6 sides and angles. And that's what makes it a hexagon. Okay, let's do letter B. Draw a different hexagon than the 2 that are shown. So all I have to do is draw another 6-sided polygon. So let's see, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my different hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, number 4. Explain why both polygons C and D are quadrilaterals. Remember, quad means 4, so a quadrilateral is a 4-sided figure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reason they are both quadrilaterals is both shapes have 4 sides. And let's just check the angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I can add and angles. So boys and girls, thank you for joining me as we worked on lesson 2 and our Eureka Math. So what you need to do now is on your own complete the homework pages that go with lesson 2 and then upload a picture to Google Classroom. Okay, thank you.